The following movie review is a review I had done over a year ago, now with some re-updated commentary. Feel free to leave a comment, share this video, as well as my others on Joelum's movie review playlist. Smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell for whenever a new video comes out. Today is a Batman double feature as I first review Batman, a movie review I've done on June 21st, 2024. Batman is a 1989 superhero film based on a DC Comics character of the same name, created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Directed by Tim Burton with a story by Sam Hamm, who co-wrote the screenplay with Warren Scarron. It's the first installment of the Warner Brothers' initial Batman film series, starring Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, Robert Wuhl, Pat Hingle, Billy D. Williams, Michael Gough, and Jack Palance. The film takes place early on in Batman's war on crime and depicts his conflict with his archenemy, the Joker. Director Tim Burton was hired as director in 1986. Originally, Steve Englehart and Julie Hickson wrote the film treatments before Sam Hamm wrote the first screenplay. But the film would not be greenlit until after the success of Beetlejuice, which was directed by Tim Burton. Tone and themes of this film were partly influenced by Alan Moore and Brian Boland's The Killing Joke and Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, primarily adapting and then diverging from the Red Hood origin story for the Joker, having the Dark Knight inadvertently causing the gangster named Jack Napier to fall into Axis chemical acid, triggering his transformation into the psychotic Joker. Bob Kane worked as a consultant for the film. Filming took place at Pinewood Studios from October of '88 to January of '89. The budget escalated from $30 million to $48 million, while the Writers Guild of America strike forced Hamm to drop out. Warren Scarron did rewrites with additional uncredited drafts done by Charles McKeon and Jonathan Gems. Batman was released in American theaters on June 23, 1989, and it was both critically and commercially successful, earning over $400 million worldwide in box office totals. Critics and audiences praised the performance of Nicholson as the Joker and Keaton as Batman, along with Burton's direction, production design, and Danny Elfman's music score. The movie was followed by 3 sequels: Batman Returns, which is the next review I'll do in a moment, Batman Forever, a movie review I did last week, and Batman and Robin. This movie also led to the development of Batman the Animated Series, which in turn began the DC animated universe of spin-off media and has influenced Hollywood's modern marketing and development techniques of the superhero film genre. I originally gave this film a rating of 7.5 out of 10. Batman held the record for being the highest grossing superhero film of all time until Spider-Man in 2002 broke that record. It is the second highest grossing film worldwide in 1989, behind Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. That year had some pretty damn good movies, and this was one of them. I now get to review Batman Returns, a movie that I reviewed on July 26, 2024. Batman Returns, a 1992 superhero film, also directed by Tim Burton, based on a screenplay written by Daniel Waters. It is the second installment of the 1989-1997 Batman series. The cast includes Michael Keaton as Batman, Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon, Michael Gough as Alfred Pennyworth, Danny DeVito as the Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as the Catwoman, and Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. In the movie, Batman comes into conflict with the evil, wealthy industrialist Max Schreck and a malformed crime boss in Oswald Penguin Cobblepot, who seeks power regardless of the cost of Gotham City. Their plans are complicated by Selina Kyle, who seeks revenge against them as the Catwoman. Initially, Burton had no interest in making another Batman film, believing he was creatively restricted by Warner Brothers' expectations, but he agreed to return in exchange for creative control, including replacing original screenwriter Sam Hamm with Daniel Waters, and hiring many of his previous creative collaborators. Waters' script focused on characterization over an overarching plot, and Wesley Strick was hired to complete an uncredited rewrite, which among other elements provided a master plan for the Penguin. Filming took place between September of 1991 and February of 1992 on a $50 million to $80 million budget. Batman Returns was released on June 19, 1992, breaking several box office records and earned $266.8 million worldwide, but it failed to replicate the success of Longevity of Batman, which did $411.6 million. That was blamed for the film's darker tone, as well as violent and sexual elements, which alienated family audiences and led to backlash. The reviews of this movie were polarizing, but praised most of the main cast. That led to Tim Burton being replaced by Joel Schumacher when Batman Forever was done 3 years later, and Schumacher took the series in a family-friendly direction, and Michael Keaton chose not to reprise his role as Batman, which led to Val Kilmer getting the role as the Caped Crusader. I originally gave this film a rating of 6.5 out of 10. Now, compared the two films, some suggested that the sequel had faster pacing and more comedy and depth. Now, I don't know a whole lot about business and finance, but I do agree that Warner Brothers were disappointed that Batman Returns failed to replicate the success of the first film, or even superseded it, mainly due to the fact that it wasn't family friendly, which led to Tim Burton being ousted for Joel Schumacher for Batman Forever, a review I done last week. Despite how polarizing this movie is, I praise the role of Danny DeVito as the Penguin, as the inferior follow-up to Jack Nicholson's Joker, and the sex appeal of Michelle Pfeiffer for her standout performance as Catwoman. That concludes this re-updated movie review. Once again, leave a comment, share this video, smash the like button, and subscribe to my channel. Also, feel free to check out my movie review playlist. The link is in the description box below.